Hey guys, what the heck's going on? Maytax here, and welcome to the very first video in this new little series I'm starting up called How to Defend a Point in Team Fortress 2. Throughout this series I'm going to be taking each class in the game, stripping it down to the basic weapons, and then I'll probably try to throw a few of the other weapons that you can also get in there, because some of the weapons are better for different situations, and show you how to use each of those classes to defend a point, whether that be a capture point, a flag, or even a payload, because they're all points. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Today we're using the Demoman. I'm just basically using the basic set of weapons. For the Demoman I really only play the basic set of weapons. I've tried a few of the other ones. Other than melee weapons I don't really have a preference. For the most part I do like to play half Z as my melee weapon, as you can see here, although I didn't get to use it in this video, although I should have used it at the end, as you'll see. But other than that, I'm perfectly fine using the standard sticky bomb launcher and the standard grenade launcher. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the gameplay for today. So this is going to be, I believe, capture point on Gold Rush, and we're defending, obviously. So I got a couple points that we're going to get to in this video, so just to kind of lay the ground for that. I'm also playing with my buddy Ozzy here, who is medicing me, so to speak. Medicing, is that a word? Whatever. So the first point we're going to get to is sticky traps. So as you can see, the sticky traps, which utilize sticky bombs, are basically just gonna lay a trap for your enemies here, and wait for them to kind of step over it. So as you see here, I'm just kind of waiting for the match to start here, and we're going to go ahead and just blow those up and get our first kill here. So sticky traps, generally you can get away with 4 stickies. Sometimes I go ahead and I put 5 stickies, especially if I know that there are heavies. I know there's one heavy, but I don't anticipate on fighting him with my stickies. I anticipate on trying to just kind of throw grenades down there, as you can see. So there's our first kill. I did end up getting first blood, so that's good. So now I'm going to go ahead and lay these down over here and try to get this guy, although I didn't realize he was actually going to try to go in that doorway. But no matter, we'll finish him off. So as you'll see, I do sometimes use the sticky launcher to kind of actually use it as a primary weapon, and I do that a lot because I'm trying to get better at it. For the most part, it's actually pretty easy. You can pretty much gauge when the sticky bomb is ready to be detonated. It does take a second for it to detonate, so there's a little sticky trap again. Although I think I only put 3 stickies on that, so it didn't quite do the full damage that I wanted it to, but that's okay. So like I said, about 4 stickies is usually okay. You'll see me do a couple things where I'll put it a little bit further back instead of putting it right at that little lip over there, and that's because I know that there's a couple of scouts, as I've seen one or two already, and they run a little bit faster. They can jump over that lip quicker, and they can generally run faster. So by the time that I realize that they're there, they're going to be a little bit further on, and they're going to get hurt by my sticky traps, but they're probably not going to take that much damage from it. So I want to make sure that I put those sticky traps a little bit further ahead, so I can anticipate on seeing those scouts or people that run faster and be able to have enough reaction time to blow those up. So there's a quick crit right there. So sticky traps are pretty much, when you're defending, those are going to be like your lifeline as far as Demoman goes, because as you can see right here, I can go ahead and try to go up with my grenade launcher and try to do a little bit of offense, but especially when I'm defending the first point, it's kind of hard to do that. And really make sure that you are defending your point to the best of your ability here. So it's best to just kind of throw a couple stickies down here. What I'm going to do basically is do a sticky line that I like to call, where basically it allows you to say, well, just in case more than one person comes up, because I'm anticipating that they might kind of do a little push. You could put a little sticky line so that if there's 1 or 2 people spread across your sticky bombs, generally you can at least kill one person and hurt, badly wound the other. So that's what that was right there. Let me just kind of take this guy out real quick. So no problem. So then, yeah, like I said, I should have those stickies sitting up there, anticipating that demo, because he does, and there it is right there. That's the sticky line. So it works perfectly fine, as you can see, because obviously as I see that scout running through, he runs so fast I can hardly catch a beat on him. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up some more sticky bombs as well. One more tip as far as the sticky launcher goes is you definitely want to keep your sticky launcher filled with lots of ammo. I mean, that goes with any of your weapons, but if it's one thing that I can get away with, it's my grenade launcher not having enough grenades, but my sticky bombs are a lot more controllable in my opinion, because I can control when they blow up, and for the most part I can control where they go, because they do stick to whatever you shoot them against, obviously, except for enemies. So if I know know I want to hit, you know, somebody that's standing around this wall, or that's going to be standing on this wall, I can shoot him onto that wall and just wait for him to be there. Which brings me to the next point, which is a sticky, or not a sticky trap, a lure, which I'll show you in a minute as soon as we get to that point. Sticky lures are basically the same as sticky traps, except what you're going to try to do is try to antagonize the enemy to actually come around that corner that they probably wouldn't normally come around, and that's when you would use that sticky trap to your advantage there and blow them up. So let's finish this little scout off here, and I am out of ammo, so I need to go grab some ammo. So make sure that you're always checking your ammo. Obviously you want to be filled up so that you can always throw another sticky trap out, especially once you've detonated one, but also make sure that you're picking up that metal and you're picking up that ammo, because you will run out of ammo very quickly, especially if you're using your grenade launcher. And right there, I just wasn't paying attention and didn't hear the sound. I don't know if it even played a sound of that capture point being captured, so I missed that, unfortunately. I was able to get in at least. So that brings me to a second point, which is don't give up. And that's not really a point, I guess, as much as it's just kind of like, if you're defending, especially on a smaller server like this, you don't always have to fall back, and you don't have to be discouraged that they've got your point, because even though they've got our point, we've still got enough time on the clock to where they have to get that second point. And if we can hold them here at this first point long enough, it'll be next to impossible, if not fully impossible, for them to get that second point, just because we've got such a strong holding point up here. Plus, I happen to know that a couple of my guys, or not my guys, but a couple of the guys that were in the server ended up going NG right before they got that first point, and we're starting to set up on the second point. So I don't have to worry about getting killed necessarily here, because I know even if they pass me, there's still some stuff for them to go through before they can get that second point. And that's one thing that you got to worry about when you're kind of still up here trying to hold them back and stuff. As you see, I'm getting pushed back now because we've lost a couple of our guys, so we don't have near as many as it needs or as it takes to hold these guys off. So they're going to start pushing us back a little bit, which is fine. I mean, we still got that one point. We've held them off for about another minute and a half or so, so that's good. And so right here, I'm going to demonstrate basically the sticky lure. I'm just going to throw a couple stickies up, and you want to just basically take your grenade launcher or whatever it is, and just kind of shoot people here. And so help take out that spy there, and you just want to kind of throw some grenades, trying to antagonize some people, say, hey, I'm here. But the real strategy to it is to prove that you kind of don't know what you're doing when you really do. So right here is where it's going to come in handy, right here, and bam. So that's basically a lure. Is I was letting that soldier know, hey, you've got one or two guys around here, come at me, bro. And that's when I basically threw up a sticky lure. So so that'll bring us into our second point, which kind of goes into the don't give up, which is offense. So even though the Demoman is kind of a defensive class, and we are defending the point, we want to be very offensive at this point. Since they've gotten our first capture point, we don't want to just kind of sit back and wait for them to get our second capture point, or wait for them to come at us, as I probably should say. Because obviously if they do a nice push, especially with one or two Ubers, or even just one good Uber, they can take out all our buildings and potentially take out all of us as well, and then we're screwed with our pants down. You know, nobody's going to be able to find us, sorry, not find us. Nobody's going to be able to kind of defend our point and really protect that second point. So we definitely want to kind of push up in here and make sure that our NGs are relatively safe. There's no combat at their area right now, so they can basically make sure that they've got all their buildings set up. They got them all up to level 3. They've got enough teleporters to send us back up. Take out that sniper right there. So they've got enough teleporters to get us to the front lines here and offend, basically. You know, just kind of push up on them and put a little bit of pressure on them here so that they can't get any further passes. But like I said, that is one thing you always have to be worrying about, even if you do have NG set up, because like I said, if they take us all out at this point, we've got no other defense other than the NGs and their buildings. So if they are setting up an Uber in there, and they anticipate taking us all out and passing us, then they'll save that Uber, they'll take us all out, and move up to the second point, where they will then initiate their Uber, take out our last buildings and whoever's left standing back there, which wouldn't be much, and capture that last point. So you always have to be mindful and let yourself know that you don't want to push too hard, because if you push too hard, you'll probably get yourself into a situation where you're not going to be able to get back out, and then you're going to die, and you will have to wait for that spawn timer to come back on to where you can try to pick up the pace from there. So offense is a really good strategy when you're defending, especially if you only got like 2 or 3 points here. Even if they've taken that first or second point, you've got 1 point left, 2 points left, whatever it may be. You know, just kind of put a little pressure on them where their home base is at, and let them know that you mean business and that you are not going to let them get your second point if you have anything to say about it. So that's pretty much the second point that I was going to get at. The video is going to end here in about a second. This is where I was talking about I probably should have pulled out my melee weapon, and yeah, he got me. So unfortunately, that's very unfortunate. But anyways, so thanks for checking this video out. Like I said, I will be doing some more of these videos with different classes. Demoman was just the first one I did because I've been playing a lot of Demoman. So I'm going to try to get the other classes up, hopefully one a week if I can. Probably going to have to be one every 2 weeks just to make sure that I can get good footage and be able to, you know, cut it up and slice it up and everything like that. So that's pretty much all I had to say. If you guys want to come out and play with us, we do have a server up as well. You can go to the website, our website that we do have up. I was going to go ahead and plug that as well. StealthPotatoes.com is a website that we use for our group. It's not really a clan. I don't like to say clan because it's kind of, I don't know, it's not conventional. I don't like to call us a clan because I've had so many bad experiences with clans in general in the past. So we're kind of just a gaming group, really. And so you can go to that website. It is under beta right now, so there's still some things that are kind of being worked out, some features being added here and there, some styling to the website, just kind of give it that last polish. But for the most part, it does work. It does have forums, and that is where you'll be able to find like our TeamSpeak server and our Team Fortress 2 server. So I'd love to play with some of you guys. And if you guys have some great footage that you want to let me have and use for the next commentary, that's awesome, because I'm not 100% great with all of the classes, but you know, that is the point of trying to show you how I play all the classes, just kind of a different perspective on it all. So, and again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.